Making this video because I was on the community forums on Steam for this game, Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, and I ran across a guy named Captain Alistair who was wondering how to operate some of these guns, such as the M4, UMP, and MP5 using your left hand. It's really not too difficult. You have to make a few adjustments. Me personally, I'm right-handed, but I do shoot long guns and SMGs using my left hand. So a few of the differences really are going to come once it's time to reload. The basic function starting out is going to be pretty much the same. You're just going to load it up per the usual. A few different adjustments that I've made though for shooting the UMP is instead of using the charging handle by turning it over to the side, which is an option, you can always load it in here. Charging handle can go to the back here. This way, I don't necessarily like to do all that though, turn my whole weapon to the side, so I'll actually just reach around and under, just like that. And we can just make a 30 feet target right here. So let me go ahead and get the thing safety off. So let's say you run out of ammo, comes time to reload. Let me make sure I actually have an extra magazine to get though. Oh, we shot my grid here. Let's see what happens. Nothing good. Alright, so we'll go for the UMP magazine. Awesome, too easy. Okay. And back towards the firing line here. As you can see, I'm actually leading with my right hand in the front, left hand in the rear. So to reload this weapon, typically most people, they'll go right hand, hold down the trigger, then you have to click in the touchpad to actually rip the magazine out. Then you can drop from there, or you can keep holding it in the front, use your grip pad to let go, rip out with your left hand, reload with your left hand, which is unfortunately incredibly awkward using this control scheme. Reloading with the opposite hand, then you can just reach over here, do it that way, back onto the pistol grip of the gun. You know, again, another option, just ripping out here, popping it in. Oh yeah, it's really easy to do with my right hand when I'm going left-handed. That's sort of the natural way you want to do it. And then just reaching across and cocking here, or reaching across and hitting the mag. I think it was the bolt release. Yeah, hitting the bolt release, and then it's ready to go all over again. So just a couple options. The bolt release is really the best option for a reload. Of course, you don't really need to be doing all this while you're trying to reload this weapon. Some weapons, though, like the MP5, I don't believe has a bolt release, so you actually do have to pull the charging handle. So again, if I had another magazine to use, I just pop it back in, reach around, and I'm good to go. All over again using my left hand. The reason I do shoot left hand is not because I'm left-handed. I'm actually left-eye dominant. So my right hand is actually my best hand. For me, I think that's an advantage because it gives me a little extra dexterity when it comes time to reload my weapon. Again, there, or hitting the bolt release. Alright, so now we're to the MP5. Get it loaded. Like I said, just like normal, I'll reach around, go at it that way. I get a couple extra magazines. There we go. And again, same thing. Just let me put it to automatic. I want to get this empty as soon as I can. Alright, so now it's empty. Again, right trigger, then thumb pad, rip. Pop a new one right back in. This one doesn't have the catch though, the little bolt release here. So you actually have to take the charging handle all the way back. And actually, well, that's a little silly, but you can actually do it from this side if you get close enough. I think that's kind of stupid because that wouldn't work in real life. You actually have to put your arm around or go over the top like this. So again, we'll get all the ammunition out. All right, this time, gonna go about it a little differently. If you can master this, rip out with the left hand, back in with this hand. It's probably a lot easier to do with the real rifle though, or real, I guess this time submachine gun. I can't quite get it to work right. Yep, and that's a huge advantage of doing it that way. I mean, excuse me, disadvantage. Make sure I grab it at a different angle, maybe. There we go. Yeah, you might have to kind of take a modified grip. But still, then just reach up with the left hand, and you're back in business. But I would recommend just reaching around because as you can see how awkward that is when you're using these controllers. They tend to bump into each other. Looks pretty good. Alright, 802 feet. Or it's 802 points. Now for the really hard one to do. M4. My riser here. And magazine, I'm gonna need more magazines than that. There we go, 2 extras. There we go. Right, and of course, loading with my right hand in this case. Charger handle at the top, so this is actually pretty easy doing the charger handle piece. And then you take off the safety and it's ready to go. One thing I do think is a little silly though is that even though it's in my left hand, I can still access the mag release with my left hand. Realistically, it would take me to move my thumb way over to hit that mag release, but here I am, I can just hit it and it's ready to go, comes right out. That's a little unrealistic. I think realistically, you'd probably end up reaching back with your right hand to hit the mag release and then go for a new magazine. But that's something they can work out later, maybe with like Manus VR gloves or something. Okay. So we'll do 30 feet again. 30 feet. Pretty much the exact same. I'll turn it to automatic to get rid of the ammunition fairly quickly. Alright. See, I've run out. This gun, like I said again, you don't actually have to reach around to hit this. The mag release, you just use your thumb. Grabbing the magazine, reinsert. Now with this gun, you don't want to use the charging handle because all it's going to do, it's going to expend a round. You're going to shoot one of the rounds right out the gun if you try to do that. Say now you've lost a round, okay? You hit it, it'll get jammed in there. No forward assist is going to help you. What this gun's designed to do is for you to hit that bolt release right there. So you reach around, hit the bolt release, and it's good to go. So again, I use the same tactic of reaching around underhand to hit the bolt release. Alright, now, as an alternative, this is really silly, but with this, with it in my right hand, if I hit the right side of the touchpad, it actually drops the mag. Oh well, something you can use for in-game purposes, I suppose. Reloading with your left hand is a lot easier with this weapon, and then all you gotta do is hit the bolt carrier, and you're ready to go. Yep, so doing that with the M4 AR-15 Malo gun is actually a lot easier than trying to do that with the UMP or MP5. You don't actually have to reach around. Again, like I said, you can just release here. You know, once you release that magazine, release, left hand, insert, hit the bolt release, you know, reacquire the pistol grip and then you're good to go all over again. But yeah, pretty simple stuff. Left-hand shotgun operation's pretty much identical. Doesn't take much to do that. Actually, you can think of it as an advantage because you can actually see the port here. So if you want to combat loading is super easy. And it doesn't really change anything with the shotgun. Still gonna work exactly the same. As far as pistols goes, again, everything's exactly the same. You would just reload from your waist. Slap the new one back in. Whatever. But yeah, that's a few options. That's how I do it. That's not how you have to do it. If you have another way that you like to use your firearms left-handed, I don't shoot my my pistols left-handed. But if you did shoot them left-handed, it really wouldn't make a difference. You're still going to do the exact same things. Nothing would change. It's not the right magazine, but you get the point. Nothing changes for the pistol. Uh, Almost nothing changes for the shotgun. It's actually a little easier left-handed. The biggest thing to overcome is going to be something like the UMP or the MP5 with the bolt, with the charging handle on the left side of the weapon. But it's not something that you can't overcome. This little bolt release here does make it easier with the MP5 than it does, with the UMP than the MP5. But yeah, that about wraps that up. If you have any questions, you can leave any comments. I'll be uploading this video to YouTube, and I will try my best to get this over to Captain Alistair.